We are live.
All right. Holla, holla, holla.
We back. Holla, 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 holla.
Holla. Yeah, holla,
Wherever you freezing your balls off at, we hope you're having a safe winter wonderland.
We cannot believe the weather here. We are in Orlando, and it's about 50 degrees, maybe a little bit colder, but we hooded up with our merch. So and we got a special guest today, man. We're gonna get into it. She is a friend of the show, and we are excited to have her here. But first, let us do our own intros. For those new to the show, I'm Jay Gregg. I'm a screenwriting professor, and producer, and I'm all about
Come on now.
What you doing?
You keep forgetting.
And an Emmy producer.
Come on, bro.
I'm all about character development, story arc, and just doing a great screenplay. E.
I'm Essex O'Brien. I'm the actor. I'm all about what hits, what misses, what should have stayed on the cutting room floor. And without further ado, we bringing in our good friend of the show, Christy Martin.
Christy Martin, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys. Hey. Hope everybody's staying warm as possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And what a way to start Black History Month, but to have Christy Martin on.
Well,
perfect.
It's all about history because you guys, I know, being in the sports world, you know about Lisa Salters from ESPN, and she definitely is. We're cousins down the road. We're cousins. I'm sure of it.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
okay. She did her ancestry test. You did the African ancestry, and it came back with that, huh?
Right.
That's all right, champ. We are always honored to have you on our show. Just to remind our viewers, we had you on before to talk about your film, your biopic, Christy, that was starring Sydney Sweeney. Came out in the fall, right? Came out
November 7th.
November 7th. Yes. And we want to talk about some other things that you have going on. Also, you have a fantastic fundraiser that's coming up, right?
So right now, the big thing on my plate is February 19th at the Altamonte Springs Hilton. We're doing a fundraiser. We're calling it a black tie, but I don't care if you show up in your flip-flops. We're in Florida. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just show up, because what we're doing, we're raising money for domestic violence awareness, and the money will go to the Safe House of Seminole County. And if you're not familiar with that project and that group of people out there, get familiar, because they are doing wonderful things, helping so many people that are in, just high distress and that need help there and really feel like they don't have anybody to reach out to. This is the group that's taking them in. They have a beautiful shelter up there. I went to it the first time, and I came out, and I've been to shelters all over the country. I went to this shelter, and I came out actually on the phone calling people like, oh my goodness, I just walked out of the coolest place I have ever been, for the domestic violence shelters. And they're just like leaps and bounds above most of the places I've been in the country. So we're going to give a donation back to them. We're also teaming up with the Animal Safe House Project of Brevard County. And what they do, like a lot of the shelters, there's one down in Orlando, they won't let pets come. So 50% of the people stay home because they don't want their pet to be left behind. But this group, the Safe House Project over in Brevard, they find foster homes until the families can be reunited. But I just found out the Safe House of Seminole County has a wing that they too accept pets. So if anybody's out there listening and they need to get away, they have that loved one, that little pet like I have Champ, and they just can't stand the thought of leaving them behind, they can take them with them and get help, get to safety.
That's beautiful, because especially if someone, if that pet is someone's animal, emotional support animal. Yeah, hey, Champ, right? That's
Champ is in the house.
All right. Yeah, that is so important. As I mentioned, if it's somebody's emotional support animal, and And Champ, remind me, but and correct me if I'm wrong, but this was a promise that you made years ago when you got out of your own domestic violence situation, right?
Absolutely. I was still in the hospital, and I prayed to God that if you'll let me live, I will help one person before I leave this earth. And then, as I say, I'm pretty arrogant. So I'm like, no, I want to help one person every day. And this is my way of trying to help one person every day, by supporting these other groups, other shelters, people that are helping. We also at Christy's Champs, which is my nonprofit, we provide travel, hotel, shelter, anything that we need to do to help somebody in any place in the country. We recently helped. It was kind of crazy and odd how things happen, but I was living in Austin. There was a lady there from West Virginia, not just from West Virginia, but like 2 towns over from my hometown, that called and needed help. So Lisa and I went out and met her, put her in a hotel, and got her back to West Virginia. So
God bless you.
We're there to help anybody and everybody that we can. Is very important to me. And I love boxing. So we're going to team up. We team up the 2 people, the two projects, and we're going to have 8 great fights, and to raise money for this other love of mine. And that's weird. I say love, but and maybe love is the wrong word, but other important part of my life.
You're helping rescue and making them victors instead of victims. I love that. Yeah, where can they find more information about the fundraiser?
So the fundraiser, all over my social media, you can find out details. The doors are going to open for the fights at 6:00 on Thursday, February 19th. The first fight will start at 7. If you want to purchase a ticket, you can call. The number is 407-720-6008. And
right.
Order the tickets, $75 for general admission, $150 for premium. And if you can't be there, but you want to help the cause, call that number, buy a ticket. I've had great support from this all over the country. People are calling and buying tickets so I can give them away to the amateur boxers that are in local boxing gyms. So they'll have the opportunity to come to a professional fight and kind of get the feel of what it's like to be a champion. And some of these guys have been champions that will be fighting on Thursday, February 19th.
And we'll make sure we add all the links and the info when we, chop this up and put it out. That's great.
Yeah. So just to remind folks, it's Thursday, February 29th at the Hilton Hotel.
February 19th.
You got a great manager and producer. She just sent me the information.
February 19th. February 19th, Jay.
What did I say?
29th.
Oh,
but
February
ain't no 29 days in February, by the way. You should know that. Jason. Come on, man.
Isn't it leap year? It's not leap year.
No.
February 19th. So that is fantastic. Thank you, Champ. We would definitely get the links out and everything. So yeah, aside from that, you also purchased, was it a $16,000?
So it's 16 acres up in Deltona. We're going to build a training center and a house on it. But the training center is going to be for fighters that are fighting for titles, fighters that are amateur fighters, fighters that just are getting started. But more importantly to me, we're going to do like with the Parkinson's patients, we're going to have a group with that. We're going to have groups for the domestic violence shelters in the area, that the children, at least, that are in the shelter can come. But also sometimes it's the mothers that want to come bang those bags. And we're going to have, I did this in North Carolina. It was awesome. And they just fit in right with the groups. And no one knew where they came from. No one knew that they were in a domestic violence situation or in the shelter. It just came in, did the boxing, and loved it. So that's what's important to me. And then to get an amateur program running, of all the things that I probably miss about my boxing career the most, is having that amateur team. I had a gym in Apopka when I was here before, and those kids, they kept me going. They thought I kept them going, I guess, but they were really keeping me going. So I loved it. I just want to help people. God left me here. That's and I'm going to make a difference.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yep. Perfect. Essex, you had anything?
So yeah, we're going to go ahead and switch gears a little bit. We got to talk about the film. We haven't talked about it since the film how has it been in the aftermath with things? You know, you go through the premiere, the tour, and then, you know, there's the aftermath. And I guess there's probably some conversations you've had with producers and critics and all that. Just talk to us about the aftermath of Christy and your biopic coming out.
You know what? I think the movie was great. I think Sydney Sweeney did a fantastic job. I think Ben Foster was amazing as Jim Martin.
Yeah.
The story is so important. It's you know, I always refer to it as the ultimate underdog, but you know, we talk about being the underdog. We talk about domestic violence. We talk about sexuality, a little bit of drug addiction. There's so many things in there that different groups of people can relate to.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, because I'm just me, you know, I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah.
The movie didn't do so well in the theater. And you know, was it because of things that were happening outside of the film, or was it poor promotion? Was it, I'm not Mike Tyson? That's part of it, you know.
Yeah.
But
so
I think it's a movie. Now it's streaming, and it's streaming everywhere. So every day I'm getting messages like, unbelievable messages. So I think people are seeing it now, and people are talking about it. And that's what's important. That they talk about the message. They talk about the domestic violence. And I've had a parent reach out to me, actually from my hometown in West Virginia, that, you know, hey, my daughter's gay, and talk to me about how supportive she as a parent is. And I said, well, you go in there right now and you give your daughter a hug from me, because she doesn't realize how lucky she is.
Yeah.
You know, there's just so many groups of people that this movie's going to keep touching, and it may go away now, but it's going to be there in the future. It's going to keep resurrecting. You know, it's going to, we think it's dead and gone. Here it's going to come back, because it just touches too many lives for it not to.
Yeah. So, you know, at the time, or it might have happened a little bit before, we weren't even aware of it ourselves. We was focused more on the film, but this brought to our attention, you know, there was a backlash against Sydney Sweeney for some comments that she made, or in a commercial that she made. And you know, we're in a divisive time politically. Do you feel like that had a direct impact on the film's performance in the theaters?
A little bit, but I mean, she has a ton of fans, but her fans want to see sexy Sydney Sweeney. They don't want to see sweaty, sexy. I mean, sweaty Sydney Sweeney.
They want to see them things like Euphoria.
You know that. I think they thought we'll put Sydney's name on it and that'll be enough, but it wasn't.
So yeah, we were a little surprised that it didn't get the recognition that we thought it was, because like we talked about it before. We felt that the film was very impactful for all the reasons that you said, you know, especially domestic violence. I talked about how personally that affected me, the drugs, you know, the sexuality. So yeah, we were surprised that, you know, it didn't get the love that we thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it hurts my heart a little bit, but hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna keep on keeping on. We're gonna keep talking about it. We're gonna keep trying to direct people to watch it on streaming, and then hopefully the ones that do watch, that's the whole thing. The people that actually watched the film, they had really great things to say about it. It's the people that didn't see it that are talking crap, you know, and giving it such negative reviews. They didn't even see it to review it. So
were you surprised?
You can't beat haters. That's it.
Oh, social media full of them. That's all you're gonna get on social media.
I hate social media.
Were you surprised when the nominations came out and there were no nominations? Because we weren't.
Really, I don't talk to anybody for the movie anymore. It's, you know, dead and gone, and they're moving on to something else. And but they had told me, you know, we're really hoping that a Golden Globe Award. So that morning, it was funny because I think it was announced like at 8:23. And I had taken Lisa to the airport that morning. I was hurrying to get back home. I had my phone on. I'm washing dishes because I'm trying to, you know, stay busy, but I just know she's going to get it. And then as they started, you know, they list the names in alphabetical order, and they went from whatever letter was above her to past the S's. And I was like, I mean, it hurt my heart for her. I was like, now I know how it feels like when people were my fans and I lost. Because I was cheering for her so hard, and she lost. she may not care. I don't know, but I know my heart was in it for her.
Yeah.
Well, I truly believe that you are finding your audience. So your audience is actually finding you right now on streaming. So that's perfect. And I think you're even going to be on airlines soon, right?
Yeah,
You're
I
going to
think
be
it
screening
comes.
it on airlines.
It is. How'd you know that? That's good.
You got a great producer and manager. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think it's coming.
We do a little bit of homework around here. We do.
I know, but that's good stuff. I mean, who
Yeah.
knows that? I think it's coming out either in March or April. It'll be
Okay.
on the planes. So that'd be kind of cool, captive audience.
Yeah.
Is there one particular airline that is coming out on, or is
You know what? I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
I know I did a commercial for one group, so I don't know if probably that group does certain airlines and then other groups do others. I'm not sure.
If it's Spirit, you might have to call them at 9.
Yeah. They'll be filming it.
Yeah.
Right.
If it makes you feel any better, a lot of films around that, especially like the fall going into the holidays, if it wasn't like a big IP project, it took a beating at the box office. Like even one of these Oscar darlings, one battle after another didn't do very well at the box office. And that, had a lot of names in it as well. I think something else we reviewed around that time that we thought, even Avatar didn't do what they thought it was going to do,
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a weird time. It's a weird time for the theater.
And it's the economy right now also. It's the
Yeah.
economy.
I mean, it's crazy expensive to go to the movies. Look, we did the premiere November 7th, which was really premiere day in my hometown in West Virginia. We had 500 people come. And you know what? Like, that was the most important thing.
Yes.
For me.
Yes.
And it was like 500 people that I personally knew everybody. And it was pretty awesome.
So I'm sure you have a number of stories and people are coming up to you telling you how the film has changed your life. Tell us about the waitresses whose daughter did a project on you.
So that's crazy. I was just home in West Virginia and the lady says, she's the waitress, and she says, "What's your name?" And I said, "Christy." And she said, "I thought so. My daughter did her West Virginia history 8th grade project on you." And wow. So she goes, "No, that wasn't the end." She pulls it up on her phone and starts showing me. And it was so awesome. I'm like, oh my goodness. I wish your daughter was here so I could give her a hug. So that was cool. But actually a couple years ago, an 8th grade student from the northern part of the state by Morgantown had her teacher called and said, "I have a student that's doing her 8th grade project on you. And could you just talk to her?" And I'm like, "Sure." And after I talked to this young lady, I called the teacher back and said, "I'll be there. Don't tell her. I'll be there." And so when she did her presentation, I was there for her to present.
That's beautiful.
It was pretty cool. It was, I love my people. I just want to help as many, like I said, I just want to help as many people as I can. And sometimes, the smallest little thing can mean the world to somebody.
That's the real impact.
Kindness is free, man. Give it away.
Impact.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you never know exactly how that is going to impact that person. And then in 15 years, they may end up being a top boxer also, all because they of what you did. You went to that classroom.
Yeah.
That inspired them.
Yeah. It's my whole thing is, and that's what I tell people, it's not just about inspiring anybody to be a boxer. It's not just about women. I mean, hopefully guys can see, oh, well, shit, if she can do it, I damn sure can. I'm a dude. I can do this. So, and whether it be boxing or, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a doctor, whatever, I'm from such a small town and just, that's why I like to go back and talk to my people there too, because I want those kids to know that you dream big. My dad would tell me, "Dream big, baby, dream big." And I think I did.
I think we said it when we did our review. It's not a boxing movie. It's a survivor movie about somebody who just happened to box. You know what I mean? Like it was a story of perseverance and enduring and coming out better on the other side for a person, like I say, who just happened to box. It could have been any sport, but this was about a person who overcame obstacles that were put in front of them. So that's universal. So I'm pretty confident, like I say, it's going to have a new life on streaming, and that word of mouth, when people get away from all the BS, it's going to have a whole new life, and you're going to continue to see these impacts, these stories of impacts that you have, especially with what you're continuing to do. This is not just a thing that you did for a movie. You're living it. You're living it, and you continue to live in it. So that's awesome. That's a great place to be.
Yeah, I'm pretty simple. What you see is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
I had
and simple is sometimes the best solution.
Yeah. I had a stroke, so I don't have a lot of time or remembrance for BS. I just have to live true, and that's what I do. I say what I do what I say, and I always tell my fighters, if I get down the road and I realize I've told you I could do something that I see I can't, trust me, you're gonna be the first call I make. I'm not gonna run and hide from it.
Yeah. That's good. So in any last thoughts or things you want to say about the fundraiser, about the future of the Christy Martin brand, some dirt on Sydney Sweeney, Are you gonna show up in an episode of Euphoria?
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I should send her that text. But I did just do a movie Beatdown. I did the movie Beatdown that was released on YouTube a couple of weeks ago.
I did see that. I saw it.
And I'm pretty sure
you definitely
acting is not my next career, but it was fun. Yeah. I kind of wish I had done it after seeing my movie get made, and I think I would have been a little more relaxed. I was pretty stiff and pretty worried that I needed to say every word exactly like it was written on the paper.
No,
not realizing that that's not the way it's done.
No,
but,
you don't.
Yeah. You were great. And you played the boxer's mom. And it was a simple story.
Yeah.
It was like, redemption story. Your son had gone off and was trying to get you involved in a pyramid scheme and came back and, tried to swindle everyone to get in there. But, I always talk to my students about this. It's not necessarily about what the character wants, but it's about what the character needs. So he wanted to swindle you all, but what he found was that he really needed to be back with his family and his own son and his grandchild. So it was a beautiful story. It was a great story.
Wasn't it? I mean, it was simple, but it was really cool, I thought.
Mm-hmm. He got the hell beat out of him, but yeah, it was good.
And those scenes were pretty fun to shoot, those scenes.
Yeah. You definitely have a second career as an actor. Yeah, keep going. I mean, you're talking to an actor right here. Essence, he can tell you all about it.
Oh yeah, we don't stick to the word. We tell the story, because the story is only part words. It's really here and how you make that person feel. So just relax and do you.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be the fundraiser event? Are you guys gonna be filming it and putting some of it on social media or documentary or something like that?
So we'll be live streaming on millions.co.
Okay.
But it'll be live
millions.co.
Yes. But hopefully this is just the first of many promotions that I'll be back here in Florida. I did some shows down on International Drive at Avante Palms a couple years ago. I work with Amari over at the Carib also. So who knows what'll be next for Christy Martin Promotions. But this is something that is important to me, and I hope we can establish it as a yearly fundraising event, and it'll just continue to grow. This is the first time, and with the holidays, like right in the middle of when we were supposed to be getting the promotions going, we're kind of scrambling just a tad, but all the fights are made. We have Tony Aguilar, who's from here. He'll be the main event. We have Devin Parrish, who just moved down from Chicago, one of the CMP fighters. We have one of my favorites, Keemon Evans, from over in New Smyrna. Kevin Nunes is going to make his first appearance on Christy Martin Promotions. Kevin's actually from Orlando and has fought here several times. But I'm excited to have him, and I think he's kind of excited to be on the show.
Absolutely.
Take a moment and listen to what you just said. Christy Martin Promotions. Like, how does that feel, knowing that you have created a brand that is going to help support other people?
That's my whole thing, is support other people. That's what my goal now is. Look, I know how excited I was to put those belts around my waist, to get to fight on the big shows. So I just want to be part of somebody else's journey. I want to not just be part of it, but I want to be the part that makes it happen. And so that I can be proud for what I've done for them, but then I'll be proud of them as well for the success that they're having in their career.
Christy Martin, a champion for the champions.
Thank you.
You can
That's
have
right.
it. You can have that.
There you go. I might take it too.
All right. So again, the fundraiser is February the 19th at not the 29th, but the 19th at the Hilton Hotel. Please be there to support a fantastic cause. And again, we will drop the links so that you know where to get more information.
Perfect.
All right.
Christy, as always, it is a pleasure. You are a friend. You are family to the show. You are more than welcome to come on here anytime. All right, Christy, thank you for joining us. You know, we will see you next time. All right.
Good night,
Take
guys.
care.
Good night,
All right,
John.
good
Stay
night.
warm.
Bye. So, all right. So we just had another great interview with Christy Martin herself, the champ.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And listen, and if you haven't already watched either the review or the prior interview with Christy to kind of see the whole journey, I know he's probably referencing some stuff that maybe you didn't hear. Go back and watch that. We'll plug those links as well. And thank you for joining us for another holler. We got some more hollering coming up.
Yes, we do. We're going to be hollering.
5 heartbeats coming up next.
Man, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. I got my light-skinned people mixed up, but I got them straight now. I got them good. We're good to go. All right, we'll see you guys. Peace.
Holla, 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 holla.